Today we are venturing deep into the backwoods of Maine for a catch and cook.
He just jumped in the boat!
Stick with us as we explore an uninhabited island and forage the landscape for our primitive meal. We are heading out into the woods, Mr. Grant and myself. Welcome back to another Googan Squad episode. This is going to be crazy because we are up in Maine and we are in some of the most beautiful woods and water in the country. And, you know, we've been going out on the big boats and stuff. We've been doing a little offshore stuff. It's summertime. There's a lot of fish that are off the bank. Today, we're going old school. We're getting in the canoe. We're going to a lake that me and Grant haven't even been to. In the woods, we got a waypoint. Our boy John, he just said, hey man, you guys can go here, have a good time, try to catch a fish, possibly some trout, lake trout, brook trouts, yep, smallmouth, some other things we don't even know out in the woods. All I know is it's going to be beautiful. We're going to try to get something for the pan and do a primitive cook. Try to make some fire, catch some fish out of the woods. So it's going to be an adventure. You guys stay tuned. Spot one, where the journey really begins. We got a long hike though, buddy.
Yes, we do.
We got a long hike. So we're looking at a map. It seems like a 2-mile stretch. And we've got a big canoe here. And this is gonna be our vessel to get out on the lake. So long hike through the woods. Hopefully when we get there, it's gonna be a nice, beautiful scene, calm lake. Can't imagine there's gonna be anybody out there in the middle of the woods.
Flip-flops aren't the most ideal walking shoes. I might just go barefoot. I've been walking around the woods since I was yay big.
Like a troglodyte.
I'm a troglodyte,
cave
man.
dweller.
I am a little cave dweller. The adventure awaits. I'm here for it.
All right, and I think I hear the mountains calling right now. We're going. And today's video is sponsored by our buddies at Mountain Dew, reminding you to get out in the great outdoors. Get off your ass, get a fishing pole in your hand, get out in the woods, enjoy it. And we love the great outdoors too, so they're a great partner for us. Enjoy a dew, enjoy a hike, enjoy a little dangle, enjoy life in the wilderness. Little power up, and we're gonna get to hiking. I don't know, a 1/4 mile in so far. Forearms are burning. Just switched with Grant.
Gonna have to do a lot of switching.
Bro.
It's light at first. A few steps in, it starts to burn.
I don't know. There's 2 lakes out here, and I think our goal is to get to the bigger one, which is farther away. But after carrying this thing this far, and I'm already burning, it might be a little adjustment. But sometimes you just gotta push through, risk it for the biscuit.
Yes, you do.
That's what I want to do, because there's actually more, I think, brook trout, more trout in the farther lake. It's a bigger lake. That's deeper water, colder water, year round. I really would like to put a trout in the pan.
I think it's achievable, but sometimes that means going off the beaten path, going a little bit further, even though it might be a pain. You might get rewarded with a nice brook trout meal. I think it'll all be worth it.
Burning some calories the other way.
Yes, we are.
Going off-road right now. Bro. All right, so we got a waypoint from John. It was to a gate, and then basically he said you're on your own after that. Problem is we don't have GPS out here, like good map views to look at anything. So we're just having to figure it out. We just split up, kind of looked around, ran into a dead end. We just talked to a local. He said this is kind of the spot, but it's not an easy launch.
She's floating.
Bro, that was crazy. Just getting out of here. Just getting out of here. Look at this though. Pristine, beautiful waters. Soak it in. All right, welcome to the mountain lake of Maine. Let's go catch some fish and make a campfire.
Nobody move. Nobody move right now.
We're actually going at a pretty good pace here in the canoe. We're all trembling with fear, because if somebody moves, you just want to go, oh, and move the other way, and that's not what you want to do in a canoe, because it feels tippy, very tippy, and we have so much gear in here. It's scary. Currently, Grant's busting out a trolling rig to hopefully get a lake trout, and I'm hunting for a good spot to maybe set up camp. I'll be honest with you, I'm a little just on edge right now in this canoe. Doesn't feel safe, but we'll make it through. How you feel up there, Grant?
I'm feeling good. We got a line out, so I mean, while we are trucking over to our spot, if we could just get a fish, I think it'd make us feel a lot better. But it feels like a smallmouth could jump into this boat and flip us all. So
yeah, if you catch a big fish, just break it off.
Yeah,
we don't need any hard pulling things.
We just want eaters
in this canoe. We need some meat. Alrighty, y'all. I'm gonna rig up. I'm gonna rig up a little jig. I might make a few casts right here, just see. Might be some perch in here, and might be some smallmouth around this island. It's one of my favorite things in the world to throw. Little snacky gets her done. Walking on extremely sharp rocks, barefoot. But I think this is a good spot. It's gonna be a good spot to build our little camp, get our fire going, hopefully cook a fish. Just gonna see if we can go ahead and catch one right here. If not, we'll go exploring. Snacky deployed. Oh, little fish following me in. I don't know what they were. Looked like a little tiny smallmouth.
Fish on, fish on. Fish on. It's an eater. It's an eater. On the fly. Wow. I just tossed the bugger out there. Woo! Nice little smallmouth. Just tossed the bugger out there. Let her sink a bit. And we are tight. Woo! Man, I did not think the fly was gonna get the first blood. But we're gonna take it. Maybe not an eater, because we do have to survive out here, so fish is what we're gonna eat. Oh, he's a fighter. Can you imagine? I cannot imagine what a big one will feel like, but look at that. First blood, baby. Beautiful little smallmouth. Yeah, we're gonna try and upgrade, but hey, yep, even a fish this size is a fun match for a 5-weight fly rod. We're gonna get this one back in. I feel confident in us getting some bigger ones. There he goes. You can probably still see him.
There's some boulders that I can see under the water. Those are perfect smallmouth boulders. There he is. Oh, it is a smallmouth. It is a smallmouth.
Okay, that's a little bit better.
That's a little better. This could make the kitchen. This could make the kitchen. Look at these smallmouth, man. This is so cool. Grant,
yeah,
this is cool.
This is life right here.
We're on an island. Grant's flipping out the fly right now. We're catching these high country smallies. And these things are infested in here, so it's probably a good idea to take some out. All right, boys, here's a little bushcraft tip of the day. So on my person, on my belts, instead of a belt today, I have some paracord. And since we don't have a stringer, we may just have to put this to use. Just gonna feed that through the gills. Using paracord for a stringer, came off my hiking belt. It'll be there for me on the hike back, that journey that me and Grant took. We're gonna keep them in this nice cool water until it's time to do you know what. You know what? I'm just gonna reapply them to my belt here. Check this out. My smallmouth that is attached to my waist has chosen to stay under a rock. He's just staying under that rock. Right at home, being a smallmouth. It's my catch. Catch of the day. That's gonna eat up nice. So I think the deal is I'm gonna give you the stringer.
Okay.
Get in the canoe. This spot looks really good over here. Go explore. Give her a dangle, man. Get us a couple more of these, or maybe a big one.
Yep.
And I'll get camp set up. We'll get fire prepped so that when you come in, we can get it popping.
All right. Oh yeah.
Everything. So I'll get to work on camp. You go fishing.
All right, let's do it. I'll report back once I have some food for camp.
Step number 1. Grant is out on the lake. He's gonna go catch some more fish. I'm gonna make a fire ring for an epic spot. This is one of the most scenic places that I've ever fished, and it looks like the perfect spot to do a catch and cook. We have this crazy big boulder that's balancing on the middle of this island. We're gonna try to use that to block some wind, and we'll make a fire ring, just gathering some rocks. And next step's gonna be find some tinder, but first, let's get some rocks. Oh, lost a shoe. All right, here's the 3 basic elements you need to build fire. You need tinder, you need kindling, and then you need fuel logs. So we don't have many fuel logs on this island. There are 2 dead evergreens, and we're gonna use some of that. First thing we're gonna gather is tinder, which can be anything from like little nettles, pine cones, anything that's gonna light up very quick, but it goes out quick. Then we're going to use a knife to make some kindling, and then we're gonna make some bigger logs to keep the fire going. Basically, you got to have those 3 elements, and if you don't do that, sometimes you just can't get a fire going, or it'll just go out. So that's the tenets. Now let's look for perfect tinder, which is all over the place. We have cones, and we have a very dry day out here, so we have cones. We have these nice nettles. I'm gonna gather up some of those. Even this moss. Even the moss almost looks like it would ignite, but cones are perfect. These are going to be perfect. Gather up some of these guys. Take those over to the fire. All right, there we go. Cones and nettles to start. This is going to be kindling. So that's gonna be step 2. This is really brittle, dry stuff. Any of these little random sticks that you can find that have been dried out. You don't want anything green. Nothing green is gonna stay lit. So that's kindling. That's incredible. There we go. So I'm gonna try to get this fire going while Grant is fishing, and then let it burn down, and then we'll have some coals to cook on top of. Using tinfoil, we'll wrap the tinfoil around the fish. It's gonna be good. I love cooking like this in the outdoors. You know, if you were in like a nice kitchen, you would probably be like, oh, that's pretty good. It's pretty good. But when you're out in the elements, had a big hike, done a lot in the outdoors, you come in, you make that delicious meal using simple ingredients. It's fresh, and it's on a fire you made. It's just so much better. Just tastes better.
Fish. There's fish. Finally. Feels decent. Feels decent, guys. I have not seen it yet. Oh my God. Nice smallmouth. All right, not a single bite. And now just dragging the Ned rig out deep. And we got what we are looking for, baby. All right. Oh my. What? He just jumped in the boat. I've never had that happen. That fish just jumped in the boat, and he's hooked a little bit deep. Normally I wouldn't keep these guys, but man, we gotta eat. We gotta eat. Back off this point a little bit. I'm gonna get this smallmouth hooked up here, put on the stringer, and just right there from that one singular fish is gonna be enough to feed Rafley and I, so we're looking good. Let's keep cranking. Maybe get one more and then we'll go back to camp. I imagine Justin will have camp set up in a timely manner, and we'll get one more just for fun, really. I'm just out here having fun.
There she is. Men make club, men make fire, men catch fish.
Oh my God. Wait. This is bottom. Nope. First cast with a jig. First cast with a jig. Big fish. Big fish. Oh my God. Literally the first cast with a jig. I was trying to send a text and it was just dragging across the bottom. And we are hooked up on something that is going nuts. This is a big fish, dude. We are hooked up again, fellas. Oh, that jig is gone. That jig is gone. Come here. Come here. Boom. Woo! Alrighty, fellas. Look at this big old beautiful bronzy that I just got. This is number 2 of the day, aside from the smaller fish on the fly earlier. But literally just made the change from a Ned to a jig, just a bigger presentation that stays down there a little bit better, and got this beautiful high 2, potentially 3-pound smallmouth. And man, did that thing fight hard. But we already got one nice fish, so this one is not going to be harvested. We're gonna put her back right down where we caught her. What an absolute beauty, and what a bite, and what a fight. Boom. Well, that's number 2, and I know these guys have definitely got the camp set up already, so I think we're gonna rip back to the island, let Rackley know that there are some big old fish out here. As I showed you, just that bandito bug on that jig right there, dragging across the bottom. I actually wasn't paying attention, and of course, that's when I get a bite. You guys know that's how it goes. It's always when you're least expecting it. When you're focused on something else is when you get the bite, and I was grateful and lucky enough that that smallmouth happened to just choke it down. And yeah, she wasn't going anywhere. So we're gonna head back to camp. We eat good tonight. We are eating good tonight, brother.
All right, good sign, guys, good sign. Can't wait to see what he's got. Says we're gonna be eating good tonight.
Very nice.
Look at that, oh, that's a beautiful fish. Look how dark and sharp it is.
Yep, down in that tannic water, hanging on some rocks off like a little point. I was just dragging that rattling Ned and tick.
Well, awesome, man. Good success.
Yes, sir.
We got camp set up over here. We got
Nice.
a fire ring. We got a fire ready to go. We're gonna light it up, pop the smallies, throw them on.
Let's do it.
We gotta cook them. We gotta have fire. Can we make a fire? I think we got enough prep in here where it's gonna work.
Okay. You're the man for this.
A little bit of seasoning. Love to see it. Okay, all the elements are coming together. Let's grab our fish, let's clean them, and we'll get them prepped for the fire. Smallmouth on the half shell. We're gonna do it in tin foil. We also have this smallmouth that we've just descaled, removed the innards and the head, and that's going right in there. So you just kind of pick it apart. So I think we got some spice. Grant, can you toss me the spice? Yep. Just like a salt, pepper, garlic, SPG. Make sure to get the inside a little bit. Little burritos of fishing deliciousness. Perfect, Grant.
Yeah?
Yeah, you've done well. Nice little area right there. Plop them right on. Nice. And when those are sizzling, you see the steam coming out of the foil,
Oh yeah.
ready to take out. Well, I think it's been about 10 minutes. We flipped them a couple times. Let's take them out. Let them rest, and we'll open them up. This one is the little guy that is pretty much whole. These are the fillets. You know, I can't promise the best. I really can't. But when you're fishing, you're out on an island by a campfire, cracking a nice Mountain Dew, enjoying the great outdoors, everything tastes better.
That is very true.
Yeah. I think our little buddy might be good to go. That looks pretty good, buddy.
That looks juicy.
That looks really good. Let's give it a shot.
Give it a shot. Money.
Bro.
I like that face. When you do the, that's how you know it's good.
With that flavoring in there,
Tastes good.
not bad.
All right. I'll take a rip. That is some fresh fish right there. I like it.
That's fire. You know, I've had smallmouth before, and they're kind of like red and a little gamey. These are delicious. These
That
are
is
like,
delicious.
this is a different kind. Let's see how we did over here.
Look at that. Beautiful fillet. Smells good, looks good, and from the taste of the last one, this one is also gonna taste good.
First smallmouth ever.
Honestly, I like it. All things aside, the way it was cooked, our little fire, dude, it's tasty. I could live off this for a while. And it's not a bad system. Catch your fish, bring it to the camp, cook it up, and like Justin said, everything tastes 5 times better when it's out here in the wilderness and you've been hiking and fishing all day. Woo.
Yes.
The little one's better.
Look at this method.
Just going in.
You got a lot of bones there. The meat is super tender, and honestly, not having the olive oil, no biggie at all. That one looks great.
I'm feasting. I might eat it all. If you don't have some. I'm hungry, man. And this tastes delicious. I would say it's not as tender, not as flaky. It's a little chewier than the little guy, but it still tastes so good.
Oh well. I'm a 10-inch smallmouth guy all day long.
Yeah.
It's definitely fattier than like a panfish, like a bluegill or a crappie. Look at this guy, see how it's just flaking off that spine? That's when you know it's a good cook. It flakes off the spine right like that.
Yeah, look at this.
Nothing wasted on this 10-incher. Nothing but the spine left. That was great. That was delicious, buddy. What did you think?
Honestly, I was pretty impressed considering it was cooked in tin foil and very limited seasoning.
Limited, man.
Whenever it comes straight out of the body of water and straight onto a fire, it tastes incredible. Honestly, I feel refreshed.
Right?
Yep.
Right? We burned a bunch of calories hiking up here. We didn't know what to expect getting up here. Able to get the canoe out, not flip it, catch fish, make a fire, eat them right here. And like Grant said, if you ever get the chance to go do this, and I encourage you to, go get a fish fresh, whether you got a portable grill or you're cooking it on the campfire, just do it. There's something that just comes alive when you're eating a fish that you caught 10 minutes ago, and it is the best fish you're ever gonna have, especially when you work for it as hard as we did today.
100%.
Good job, buddy. Want to give a shout out to our friends at Mountain Dew one more time. They love the great outdoors. Remember, the mountains are calling, the great outdoors is calling. Get up, get out in the great outdoors, soak it in. And we're gonna see you right back on another adventure of the Googan Squad. We'll see you later.